All right. Well, to move things along onto more ridiculousness.
Okay.
I attempted to join the social media world today, and then I realized how stupid it is.
What did you attempt to join?
I was Twittering today a little bit.
All right.
One of our fans, he throws me a question every now and again, just want me to get my opinion on like bands and things.
Okay.
And he threw me a list of bands a few weeks ago, like, how would you rank these? Like he threw in like Heart and Led Zeppelin and, different, more or less classic rock bands.
It was what? Zeppelin, Chicago, Heart, Stones, and Beatles?
Well, this was this current one, but he threw me one a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Which I ranked. And then he threw me a different set of, here, I'll tell you exactly what it was.
All right.
I thought, okay, I know if I get into this, somebody is going to take offense somehow.
Of course.
So the question was, hey, Neeley, care to rank Zeppelin, Journey, Chicago, Sabbath, Stones, and Beatles? Okay. So ranking, I didn't know exactly what he meant. Best guitars, better songs, where do they stand in my personal catalog? So I thought, I thought this for a minute, and I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank these bands by my personal listening preference.
So basically, if you needed a song, you'd go to the shelf and you'd grab this one first, this one second,
exactly,
this one third.
Exactly. And so I prefaced my ranking by just that. I put bands are ranked by listening preference, not ability.
Okay.
And so I ranked number 1, 70s Chicago, number 2, Zeppelin, number 3, Journey, number 4, I threw in Dio Black Sabbath, not just Sabbath. I specified Dio Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Rolling Stones, and then the Beatles.
All right.
That's my listening preference. Well, of course, somebody had to jump in there immediately. Zeppelin at number 2? So again, I had to clarify that. I guess prefacing it, bands are ranked in listening preference, not ability, did not speak for itself.
Yeah. See, dude, let me give you some social media.
Yeah. See, I'm not good at this, and I don't like it, and I don't give a shit about it. But I thought I'd play along, and then I got tired of it.
Let me teach you how you play that. The answer is yup, end. You never engage these fucking idiots.
I know.
Never.
Yeah.
They question your opinion on how you feel about something. The answer is yep, and that's it. You don't need to justify if you never listen to Led Zeppelin, who gives a shit? It's your opinion. If your number 1 was fucking Justin Bieber, and your number 2 was Lady Gaga, and your number 3 was Journey, who cares? That fucking guy doesn't get to change your opinion.
Oh, I understand, but I thought I had made it clear to where there wouldn't be any question about it.
Dude, it's the internet.
I know, but
it's not a part of it.
I get it, but the thing is that I tried to be very clear that so I didn't get this. What,
dude? So
I know, dude. I'm not dumb to this. It's just that I wish people were a little smarter.
That's a great wish.
So anyway, the little chain of discussion here goes. Mighty Led Zeppelin is number 2? Really?
Yeah, it is.
So, my answer to that, I guess, prefacing my ranking with bands are ranked by listening preference, not ability, wasn't self-explanatory enough. And then the thing is, I'm not sure what you mean. Please explain.
Jesus.
So then I went, my ranking does not indicate one band is better than another. It's just my personal go-to listening order from the list presented to me.
Yeah, but dude, Led Zeppelin second? Dude, come on.
So then I get this other one where some guy, strangely enough, his name is Bill Wyman.
Like from the Stones, Bill Wyman?
It's not the same one. It's a guy whose name is Bill Wyman.
And I figure 80-year-old Bill Wyman from the Stones is not tweeting you.
Yeah. So he posts this. I have no idea who this guy is. He must have picked it up on somebody else's feed.
Okay.
So he reposts my list, and he says, one of the more odder things I've seen on Twitter, which is saying something.
Okay.
So then I twittered to that. Not sure why this is considered odd. It's just my personal go-to listening order. And then his answer is, I guess it was the incongruity of Chicago over Zeppelin and then Dio era Sabbath.
What?
The incongruity.
The incongruity. You're having a music conversation and the word incongruity comes in?
Well, this guy apparently is a musical snob.
Yeah, apparently so.
Because he's like a reviewer or something from something called Hitsville.
Oh, wow. From Hitsville. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, named after the famous Motown building. This guy is something.
Exactly. So anyway, after all that, I got tired of it, and I said, you know what? This is why I don't social media.
Is it? But he said that your list was one of the more odd things.
Yeah, he said this is one of the more odd things I've ever seen on Twitter.
No more odd than his mom failing to abort. Jesus.
So I just gave up on it, and then Gary Gilpin jumped in there because of the Bill Wyman. He said at least Keith Richards didn't chime in.
Yeah, no kidding. Where was Mick with his thoughts?
Well, then I said, I guess Sir Paul McCartney was awful busy too.
How dare you put my music at number 6?
Yes,
Neeley?
exactly. So
below the filthy Chicago, he stole from us.
Right. So that was the extent of my social media interaction, and I got bored with it and tired of it.
Now
so
you're done for another year?
Yeah, I'm done for another year. That's it. So it's like, you know what? People who do this every day, there's just no way. There's just no way. I just don't have the mental capacity to sit there and do this and answer. And I was just like, oh my God. I spent about an hour worth today on that shit, and I was just like, okay, I'm done with this.
Jesus, you spent an hour dicking around with this guy?
Not specifically that. It's just that, you know, when the new responses popped up, I would just, you know, quickly bang out a new response, you know.
Yeah.
So,
turn the notifications off on your phone.
Well, I don't have it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't do social media on the phone.
No?
No, hell no.
You mean you're not like me that has Hootsuite with like 40 accounts plugged in so that I can see everything at all times?
No, not interested in it. Don't really care.
Dude, I have all kinds of shit. Lists with all the music people and all the news people and all the everything. I am as you know, I am a social media whore.
Yeah, well, I just don't have the, I just don't have the capacity to sit there and do that shit.
Oh, you never argue with anybody over your opinion. In a year from now, when you come back for another try, don't argue with any of these fucking dummies. Don't argue with any of it. If they tell you the greatest band in the world is, I don't know, Harem Scarum, yup, you're right. They are. Because there's no reason to argue that point.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I was just, it's just like, okay. Either you're not understanding it, or you don't get it, or I don't know. It's just like, why bother with it? I'm not doing it anymore. It's just, ugh.
See, but you're wrong. They get it. Everybody's goal on social media is to convince you why you're wrong. That's everybody's goal. It's not like this is a subjective list that you clearly stated. Well, this is just what I would listen to in my house. Now, there's no way for that ever to be wrong. There's no possible way that any word of that you said could possibly be wrong. And yet, here comes some dumbass to tell you that you're wrong.
Exactly.
And then there's another dumbass to criticize your list. So the point is, they're criticizing something as wrong that there's no possibility could be wrong.
Yeah.
And you're battling with them. Why is this odd? Because you're a cunt. That's why. Fuck you. End of story. You're a cunt. Thank you. And make sure you listen at 9 o'clock, you faggot.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, I thought I'd do a little social media experiment today, something out of my realm of tolerance, and realized very quickly that I still don't have the tolerance for it.
And another week or two, we'll be hearing about Neely's new Snapchat page. And
yeah, sure.
His Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There should be an Instagram, Neeley Dockin' Pics on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't even have that many.
No, you really don't. For as much as you hang with Don, you don't have many pictures.
I don't sit there and take pictures of them. It's like, why do I do that?
Yeah, that's true. You see them all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like memory gets old.
Yeah, seriously. Well, speaking of which, are you going to attend the Loud in Lima, or is your recent developments going to keep you from being able to do that?
I still want to. I definitely cannot stay over. I definitely have to come back that night. But I may go. I looked at the lineup pretty well, and I think if I got there at like 5 o'clock, I'd be good. If I got there at like 5, I could see Dockin', I could see Steel Panther, and I could get the fuck out of there before Three Doors Down ever plays a note.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my plan.
You know, I really don't have any interest in any of the beginning bands and anything after Steel Panther.
Right. Well,
so,
I plan on buzzing over there in the afternoon. I'll probably stay over and then buzz back. My nephew is going to go with me, and he's excited to meet the great Chris Aiken in person.
Oh well, then I guess I have to go now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I mean, dude, everything's kind of up in the air right now. I have to be. You know, obviously my first priority is being here.
Sure.
You know, and if I'm needed here, I'm going to be here. But I think I can probably sneak away for 8 hours. You know, I think that should be okay. It's not like there's going to be anything tremendous going on other than puke.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think my daughter can catch the puke for a few hours while I sneak away for a minute.
Exactly.
So we'll see. But I still do. As of today, I'm still planning on going.
Right. Well, I plan on inviting Stephen, oh God, that's great, Piercy on the show, I think, next week, because he's going to be here in the local area with Tom Kiefer's Cinderella. And he says, well, when I come back into the area, let's come on the show. And so we can talk about, his current tour, along with the shows that he's played with Rat.
All right, cool.
Because we'll see what's going on with him, since we really haven't had an update from him since I think it was February.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So I'm going to try to get Steven on. He played at the Whiskey last night.
By himself or with
Rat?
Rat?
It was solo.
How weird is it that he's still playing solo gigs as well as the Rat gigs, but playing the same songs?
Well, he gets to play some of his solo tunes, as well as the Rat tunes, and then it's his own gig. And then Carlos Cavazo came out and joined him on stage and played Round and Round with them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and our friend Serena went to the show.
Did she?
Yep, she went out to the Whiskey to go see Steven.
Steven couldn't stop staring at that little fine ass of hers.
So she sent me a couple of short videos of some of the show, and it looked like it was a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm gonna invite Steven on the show for next week, and talk up his current solo tour, and find out what's going on in the Rat camp.
All I know is Serena's got a great little turd cutter. I mean, Jesus, what a great ass on that girl.
It's from riding that horse.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you say that one of your exes used to call you horse?
Yes, Eeyore.
Eeyore.
I'm Eeyore, like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, but Eeyore.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And now somebody else is in shape from riding horses? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's what's going on there. And then let me see here. What else is happening? Oh, we may have an in-studio guest next week.
Yeah, you were telling me that. That sounds great.
Yeah, so that was up in the air, and then it was like it's happening, then it was not happening, and now it's happening again.
All right. Well, let's have it happen. I'd like to have him on.
Well, it's already been decided, so he's coming on.
All right, good, very good.
Yeah, so he's excited about that. It'll be a special in-studio guest here, and maybe we can get into some interesting topics.
I would imagine we can, especially if he's willing to take on like some real questions.
Exactly. So it should be fun because there won't be any monitors on him sitting next to him on the couch.
Oh, good.
So
no vagina presence, huh?
No.
Anytime you can get a guy away from his fucking attached vagina to actually cut loose, it is a good show.
It is a good show.
Far different than it would be that if he had his built-in 3-inch moisture box with him.
Yeah, something about taking your chicks out on the road or making them part of your, I don't know what you want to call it. Just never works.
No,
just doesn't work,
especially on the radio.
Well,
is there anybody that's ever been good on the radio, a female?
No.
Fabulous Sports Babe. Do you remember her? The Fabulous Sports Babe?
Yeah, I vaguely remember her.
She was about as close to decent as it gets, the Fabulous Sports Babe.
Well, I gotta tell you that, through my years of hanging out with like bands and things, taking a chick along has 9 times out of 10 been a disaster.
Oh, you mean to like hang out?
Yeah, to do a hang or go with you to do, something of a entertainment nature.
Right.
And it's always a problem. There's always a problem.
I have actually been lucky in that regard, although I have not taken a lot of chicks to shows, to be honest. But the last 2 that I did was I took my friend Carrie with me to see John Corabi, and she was really cool with him and didn't act like an asshole. And then at the Piercy show, Kelly went with me, and she knew exactly what to do. She stayed in the background, shook hands, and took the picture when the time was right, but stayed the fuck out of the way.
Right.
I was like, all right, you got this. You can come back a second time. She will be invited back the next time I do something.
Sure. Well, one that I was involved with at one point, I took her to a couple of different gigs, and she got into a fight with Nader, and she got into a fight with Don.
Yeah, you should have gotten a fight with her. You fucking left her. Well, I guess you did. Dude, when she got in the fight with Don, I can't believe you gave her a ride home.
Well, again, it was an embarrassing situation, and it's just like you sometimes it's just like what do you can't shut them up for some reason, because then all they do is escalate it.
You didn't have it in your head to say, bitch, you don't shut up, you're walking home.
Right.
I mean, that is the nuclear key.
Yeah.
At a show like that, if you're going to leave her there at midnight, she'll shut up.
Yeah.
Hope.
You would hope, but so I learned my lesson. No more chicks going to shows or being part of this show or anything.
Yeah, it's got to be. They really got to be in the right mindset for it. Like Steph, obviously, I would take anywhere, but she's been around bands to where she knows how to act.
Right.
And if nothing else, the bigness of her tits makes the bands like her no matter what. So, that certainly doesn't suck either.
Right.
Her half slutted up, and and the bands are just like, they don't notice what she's saying. They don't even know she has a head. They're just happy to see those boobs walking around.
Exactly.
So,
well, anyway, we are back here on the Classic Metal Show, and so are you going to make it through the show? How's the voice feeling?
I don't know. How's it sound? Does it sound okay?
You sound fine to me.
Yeah, as long as I just keep drinking water and keep snorting these CVS Health nasal spray every break, we should be fine.
All right, good. All right, well, I don't want to burn you out on the first break here, so unless you got something else, I think we'll jump into a couple of tunes.
Yeah, let's play some music.
Let you regroup a little bit.
All right.
Get your voice in order. And
can I choose a song, or do you have songs?
No. You can actually just go right ahead.
All right. I would like to hear, because I've been listening to it all week, and I don't know how I got into this mode. And I mean, it's a great album, so it's not like it's like some oddball record, but I would like to hear from the album Dehumanizer. I would like to hear the song "Too Late."
Well, this is incongruent with Pantera.
With Pantera? Oh,
it's incongruent.
Oh, is it? Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, that Dio Black Sabbath. I don't know how that fits in.
Well, it doesn't really, but it's a song that I like. But since he says that it doesn't fit, then I guess I don't really like it. Because he changed my mind.
Well, no, you need to pick that when it's more congruent with other things. If I was playing, say, some Iron Maiden or maybe some Judas Priest, I think it would probably fit in there.
Would it fit better?
It would fit better.
What a fucking jizz bucket. And by jizz bucket, I mean bucket full of used sperm. Nothing more thought out than that.
Right.
Just bucket of jizz.
Right. All right, well, we'll play some Too Late.
All right.
And we'll play a couple more tunes, and we'll come back, and we'll get cracking, because I got some good stuff to get to.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here it is. This is the Dio-fronted Black Sabbath from the Dehumanizer release, and this is Too Late, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Hello, this is Tony Iommi, and you're rocking on the Classic Metal Show.